fix that. All right. Alrighty then. Hello, hello. Put that there. Okay, walk in there. Okay. All right. Hello, hello. How are you all? Happy, what is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I have not been on for the last couple days, but I am back today. I needed some time to rest. Hi, baby girl. Thursday, yes, it's Thursday. And we are doing free and paid readings again today. All right. I'm feeling better. I was really tired the last couple days, and so I needed to take it off. But I am back today and feeling better and feeling like, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's rock it out. Let's rock it out today. All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. All right. So, happy, okay, hold on 1 second. All right, come on. Come on, let's go outside. There you go. All right. I had to move the distractions into the other room. Okay. So, hello, beautiful souls. Hello. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing. I am an Ascended Master Healer, which is really just a fancy term that was given to me that really just explains and describes the breadth and the depth of spiritual work that I'm able to facilitate for others. Also a grid worker, a channel, etc. Also a medium. So that term actually really encompasses so much type of work. So yeah, that's me. I am offering free and paid readings today, and I also have been doing this work since 2018. If anybody is interested to work with me one-on-one, I've been doing this work since 2018. I've been reading people my entire life. Did you hear that? And yeah. Hi, Soul Tribe. How are you? I feel like already rusty at this. So, let's kind of move into more of setting the space, since there are more people coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Let me think for 1 second. Let me kind of fill in. Okay. So the energy is a bit, the word I hear is like frenetic. It's a little bit chaotic still. So I'm just going to kind of ground a little bit. And so if you do want a free reading, free readings are as follows. Leave a comment with your name and a question, general, love, health, career, etc., or a 1-card pool. The more specific that you can be, the more specific the energy or the answer, right, that comes through. The only thing I do not do is pregnancy or fertility readings. And Yeah, and so those are the free readings, right? And if you would like to pay for a reading, all of my paid readings, my donation-based readings go first. So in order to get onto the top of the list, donations of 20 minimum. All the links are in my profile, and you gotta let me know in the comments that you've donated, okay? And then donation exchange is as follows. For readings, 20 and 33 for energy work and mediumship, okay? And then the way the free readings work are that I just allow my own intuition, spirit to guide me to who needs to be read in the space. Because when we are in a group like this, one person being read can resonate with many different people, okay? And so, let me put this back on. And so I always ask for the highest, most benevolent messages to come through that will serve whoever they need to serve. So if it resonates, take it, apply it to your life, and leave the rest, you know, and always stay true to you and what works for you, okay? Okay. Oh, my eyes getting crazy here. All right, so I'm gonna just start to scan the comments. How's everybody doing today? I still feel a little like scattered, but we're gonna focus here. Once I get into it, it starts to flow a lot more easily for me. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Please share out the live and like the live. Oh, yay! Crocheting is sitting in Mother Nature. I love that. Doing good. Okay, thank you, Sophia. All right, so I'm gonna okay, let me fix this over here. Thank you, G. I appreciate your compliment there. So Riley, so I do mediumship. However, I ask for a donation of 33 for mediumship. Okay, my readings are 20, and well, paid readings, and mediumship and energy work is 33 because it takes quite a bit of energy for me, and you know, so that's that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been dyeing it my whole life. I've been dyeing my hair since I was 12. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. But I still want color because this is like it's not a lot of color for me. The gray. So I still like some color. So I'm like, it works. It works for me. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So if you do want a free reading, I'm still scanning the comments. Leave a comment with your name and a question. It could be general, love, health, career. The only thing I do not do is pregnancy or fertility. I appreciate that. It's been a long journey of acceptance to just let it grow. Okay. And that helps me tap in when you leave your name and the comments and stuff. Helps me to tap in. Um, okay. Hello. Hello, Chastity in South Carolina. Okay. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of general. Okay. um, okay. All right. I'm actually feeling you, my dear. Um, I'm kind of afraid to not say it right. Angela? Almost like Angela, but with an E, and Angela. That's a really interesting way to spell that. My name is Angelica, so like angel, like I like it. Let me know that you're here, my dear. I am in Colorado, in the States. Let me know that you're here. Okay, you are here. All right. You, my dear Angela, just said, let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name too. So I'm just gonna tap in, and you said general. So I'm just gonna like tap into your field, into your energy field, and that taps me into your guides and your highest self. I always read from the highest self and see what kind of comes through. This is very interesting. When I tap in, I don't even know how to describe what I'm kind of seeing and sensing. So give me a moment to kind of translate and feel into this a little bit more. Okay. All right. The word that I hear for you, my dear, is transition. Big transition. And this can be actually said for many of us right now. So if this resonates, whatever's coming through, if it resonates, take it. But I'm feeling transition. The biggest thing here is, I feel coming from your guides, your highest self, is alignment and centering. Oh, okay, hold on. Three of them. Alignment, centering, and groundedness. So grounding in your own energy, figuring out what your own energy is, if you don't already know, or becoming more clear, distilling that down, recalibrating, whatever that means to you, being in your energy, while at the same time also releasing whatever doesn't serve you, whether it's beliefs, whether it's old trauma, old emotional baggage, stuff that is keeping you from aligning to a greater capacity. Okay. This is really important, really important. Now, again, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. This is just what's coming through. Ultimately, you get to choose because you're the authority over your own life. So, take it or leave it. But if it's, and I say that so that you remember that you have a choice over your own life, no matter who's reading you. But it feels like alignment centeredness and groundedness. That's going to be very, very important going forward. And all three of those components are going to work together. Alignment, centeredness, and groundedness. So wherever you are off center, doing the inner work or whatever work it needs to be done to come back to center, come back to your own energy. If you feel ungrounded, doing whatever work or practices that need to be done or integrated into your life to be more grounded. And then alignment, and that's going to bring in both sides of it. And when I say alignment, if there's any any aspects of you that are out of alignment or that are still holding fear-based beliefs or beliefs around scarcity or shame or unworthiness, etc., it's about doing the work right now. I would say the big overarching message is do the work that it takes to be in alignment, to be centered, and to be grounded. Okay? That's what I feel for you. You say, true, I have a lot of choices to make. Yeah, there's a lot of things. So it feels like focusing on those, almost like pillars, seeing them as pillars. Alignment, pillar of alignment, pillar of centeredness, pillar of groundedness. And if any of those are off center, or if you feel like they need to be recalibrated or distilled, or there's some work that needs to be done in that certain pillar, I would invite you to look into that. Whew. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I just lost my husband on the 11th of May. I'm so sorry to hear that. So that's a big transition. Big, big, big. And oh, thank you. I like that. That's a big transition. When people in our life pass on, when they die, it's not just a transition for them, it's a transition for us as well. So there's a lot of that energy that almost like they leave behind. It's not really that they leave behind. That energy, the energy of death, it helps us to transition and transform as well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful time for transformation for you. So what a beautiful opportunity. At the same time, honoring the loss, honoring the grief that comes with it. Yeah. But if it wasn't, let me just say, it's all divinely orchestrated, and it's there for you to find your own power, empowerment, find your own center, find your own groundedness. That's probably why I was getting, it's time to figure out you. It's time to figure out your energy. Because being a relationship for however long you were in, that's quite an adjustment. So it's time to really come back to yourself now. It's a beautiful opportunity. And also, I'm sorry for the loss. Okay. 37 years. Yeah, that's a long time. Now you get to focus on you. Now you get to focus on you, my dear. What a lovely opportunity. Take advantage of it. Okay, so I'm offering, so I'm going to start scanning the comments again. You're welcome, Angela, or Angela. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you're welcome. So today I am offering free and paid readings. My name is Angelica. Hello, from Infinite Love Healing. I am an Ascended Master Healer, and really, I'm basically, it's a fancy term that that speaks to the different types of spiritual work that I'm able to facilitate for others. I'm really basically a quantum healer, like a healer, and I read people. That's not the only thing I do. I also do like mediumship, channeling, light linguistics, etc. But I do a lot of things, so I don't want to like sit here and list all the things. So I do have free and paid readings today. So free readings, or all readings, leave a comment with your name and a question. It can be general, love, health, career. The more specific you are, the more specific the information that comes through. And I do not do pregnancy or fertility readings, okay? Or you can ask for a one-card pool, all right? Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And then my paid readings are donations of $20 for readings. All the links are in my profile. And then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated, okay? Because sometimes it doesn't pop up on my screen right away. And the donation exchange for readings are $20. And I'm a fucking fantastic energy worker. And I also do mediumship for $33. And I used to offer that for free, but like it takes too much energy to not have that energy exchange valued. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. So I scanning through the comments. Okay. All right. So, I'm catching up on the comments. And also know that there are several fake accounts out there of that are using my likeness, my videos, etc., and also soliciting, DMing people directly for readings. Please know that this isn't me, and I would invite you to report those profiles. Okay, I will never DM you and ask you for readings. I'm sorry to hear that, Tammy. I'm sorry to hear that you're in pain. Sending you love and comfort. Okay, so let's see. I don't know how. Let's see. Does it say? Let me look up here. Okay, cool. All right. It does. So I got about 40 more minutes. I'm going to get to as many as I can within the next 42 minutes. Yeah, it happens. It happens. People do that. It's either bots. I can't imagine that it's people, right? It's got to be bots. But either way, I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Virginia, you asked, will I write a book? The words that I hear for you are what's stopping you. What's stopping you from writing that book? Because it feels like there's resistance. Okay. Oh, here comes the thunder. So, Pamela, that would be, I would consider that your dad, I would consider talking to your dad mediumship, and I charge for that, my dear. That's 33. Okay, let's see. So Virginia says, I don't think I'm good enough. Yeah. But you are. Inherently, just because you exist, you are good enough. You deserve the world. If you're here, you deserve everything. So I would work on the easiest thing for me, in my head, is that, if we ever come up against resistance, you work on the resistance. And not everybody wants to do that, but like, I'm like, fucking let's do this. Let's like face it head on. Because energy work is my thing. Okay. But that might not be everybody's thing. And, so you even said, you don't feel like you're good enough. I would look into the root cause, go all the way back to childhood, because this is where things usually originate, is go back to childhood. And, who told you you weren't good enough? Or what beliefs did you create or make up for yourself that, based on certain experiences that you had, that told you weren't good enough? This is about worthiness and valuing yourself, which then translates into self-esteem and confidence. Okay. So this is very much linked to the sacral and the throat chakras. Both of those. So sacral is about like expression, creativity, and so is our throat chakra. But more specifically, the sacral can hold worthiness stuff, guilt, shame, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy. And then your throat is all about like a self-expression. It's also about self-esteem, power, confidence, etc. So I really feel like working on those two chakras would be really, really beneficial. And then, see what you believe about yourself, when it comes to worth, when it comes to valuing yourself. And, what did you hear a lot when you were a kid that made you feel like you weren't valuable? Did you feel unseen, unheard? Did you feel like, unaccepted? Did you feel like you weren't valued, etc.? So I would work there first. And the other thing that I hear is start taking action now. I would invite you to start taking action now to write your book. Even if it's just writing or typing or what, however it feels called to do it, wherever you feel called to start, when the resistance isn't active. Okay. So there's those two pieces, to integrate if you feel so called to choose that for yourself. Okay. Let me scroll through the comments again. I'm kind of behind. Hi, I'm an empath. Teresa, hi, I'm an empath. I feel everything from so many that I can't barely control my emotions. Yeah, it's the thing with empaths, which are also clairsentient. It's the same thing, clairsentient or being an empath. It's the same thing. The thing about that is for empaths, because I'm super, 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 super sensitive too. That's why I have to take breaks sometimes, and I'm not always on when I say that I might be on. Is that you got to come back to your own energy. A lot of things, what empaths have done to learn how to survive most times is tune into everybody else so that you can manage their emotions, so that you can either distract yourself from your own emotions. You become disconnected, sometimes dissociative. etc. So you got to learn what your own energy feels like, and it can be a process because there's a lot of different things that you might need to do as an empath. Clearing others' projections from your field, learning how to identify and discern when somebody is projecting onto you and realizing, oh, that's your shit, not mine. Um, there's a lot of different things for empaths that, but basically it all boils down to coming back to your own energy. You got to come back to your own energy and learn how to detach from other people's shit. You're welcome, Virginia. Because a lot of times empaths feel like it's a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. It's also a survival mechanism to tune into everybody else. Because you might have been taught that your needs weren't important, or you didn't feel seen or heard. And so you started tuning into everybody else so that you could help everybody else. And then you put yourself by the wayside. And so it's more easy to tune into everybody else than it is to tune into yourself. That's why I'm such a good reader. Because I'm better at tuning into everybody else than I am myself. But I've learned how to tune into myself as well. So it's a process. Okay. Lori. Okay. Lori, I'm told from the other side, big changes coming my way. Do you have anything for me? Let me tune in and see if there's anything. Tune into your, okay, there you are. And then just confirm for me that you're still on the live, Lori. Where are, okay, your guides, your eyes, okay, there they are. It seems like this live is all about like transformation, transition, big changes, big shifts. Oh boy. I actually hear the word transpersonal for you. So getting into um, um, you would think I would know this by now because one of my best friends is she has her master's in transpersonal psychology. But I can never remember what transpersonal means. Maybe look that up. I know trans means beyond personal, but I can never, like, it always, that's the word that I hear coming in for you is transpersonal. But what's more is it feels like to me is getting to really know who Lori is, what Lori wants, what her needs are, and following that. Because as things get more chaotic and more hectic externally, it's going to be very important to tune in and be able to tune in very easily and quickly into like, oh, what do I want? What do I want? As far as big changes, I don't know if there's a location move, like a locational, like moving locations coming in, but there's something about that coming in, and I can't quite tell what that is, but I do feel like, because movement, we can find movement in a lot of different ways. So, but I don't necessarily think I would get the word location if it wasn't about like geographical geographical location. So there might be a move, a geographical move, locational move. And this gets to be your choice too. So remember that. But yeah, I do feel a lot of like upheaval and a lot of change in your environment. And again, I feel like that almost alludes to having a geographical change. Um, I just feel a lot of shifting in your field. Um, with that feels like really, really get clear on what Lori wants, or um, for whoever resonates with this, get really clear on what you want. Get really clear on what brings you joy, what you want to do, what brings you bliss, what brings you fulfillment. Otherwise, there's a lot of other, let's say, illusions or other things that maybe aren't quite connected to your values that could take you out of alignment or misalign you really easily. So it feels like getting very, very clear in your center, in your energy, and in your needs and what you want, whatever goals, however, whatever language you want to use around that, whatever you want, what brings you joy. Because there's going to be a lot of shifting externally, and that external shifting, if we're not connected here, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, if we're not spiritually grounded, centered in our truth, all of the aspects of our truth, then all of the external shit, we can get lost in it. It can sweep us up in its fear, in its whatever, all of the different shifting. So it feels like it's time to ground very, very deeply into yourself, because with this transformation and all of the different shifting that I feel going on externally of you, it's going to be important to really be connected to that. And then connected to your values as well, is what I hear. Because with being connected here, then you're also connected to your own rhythm and what's best for you. And you're following your intuition rather than whatever's going on externally of you. Okay. That's kind of the only add-on I would, add to the shifting thing that you were talking about. Get really, really clear in what you want and follow that. Okay. That's what I feel, my dear. Okay, so let me see what is going on up here. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. You're welcome, Lori. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay. The wait, where'd you go? Cheryl, should I change jobs? I mean, that's up to you, my dear. The word that I hear for you is, or not the word, what comes in for you is, are you happy where you are now? Are you happy? Like truly, are you happy? Okay. Um, mm, I see. I'm happy, but I'm poor. From the sound and the feel of your language, it feels like you're not quite maybe connected or even able to perceive the abundance that you have in your life. Maybe you don't have financial abundance in this current moment, but tapping into abundance is more than just financial. And I know you didn't use the word abundance, but the word, that's the word that's coming to me to use, because it's all a state of mind. It's all a state of being. And so if you're saying, "Oh, I'm happy, but I'm poor," um, what it indicates to me is that there's two parts of you or more, but at least two parts of you that are almost at odds with each other. It's like you're at odds with yourself, saying, "Oh, I'm happy, but I'm poor." Um, so it almost feels like shifting your perception to be able to see all of the goodness, and also know that like there are times when we are more financially abundant, and times when maybe it's a little bit more constricted, and the constriction feels like it's there to open you up to different awarenesses around abundance, as well as highlight beliefs that you are holding that are keeping you in lack, in scarcity, because it feels like you highlight the scarcity and the lack. Um, and I'm actually feeling guided to say, there's no such thing as lack. You can have an abundance of lack. It's really just about abundance. There's abundance everywhere, but there's no such thing as lack. You can have an abundance of lack, but there's no real such thing as lack because the universe is abundant. So it feels like um, what you're asking is actually highlighting the parts within you that are still stuck, or not, maybe not stuck, but still operating in scarcity consciousness, and have some maybe out of alignment beliefs around money, and then like how you perceive things. So maybe reframing how you see some things. So if you're truly happy and in alignment, oh, there's another, yeah, there's a lot of things coming up for you. There's a lot of things that are coming up, and it's to help you and give you the opportunity to release all of the old stuff, the old programs, the old stories, the old narratives, the old perceptions that you have around money. And what do you value? I mean, it's good. It's okay to, if you value money, and like financial support. But what quality does money give to you? Is it safety? Is it security? Is it freedom? Is it support, etc.? Maybe tap into what quality does money feel like to you? And that's going to be different for everybody. Okay. That might be an exercise for you to, I'd invite you to feel into. But should you change jobs? I really, I'm listening as hard as I can. But I keep feeling to bring it back to you. Are you happy? What does your intuition tell you? Um, as far as your job, let me see, let me check something. It does feel a little bit misaligned for you, to be honest. Because like you're here and your job is like just out of alignment for you. But it feels like that misalignment is there to assist you and support you in finding your alignment. Okay. So it feels like it's not fully aligned. You might be happy, but maybe the financial aspect is not there, right? So there's a lot of different things to consider, but it does feel like your job is like just outside of your alignment. But that feels like it's by divine design in order to support you in finding your true alignment, which really truly does bring you joy and fulfillment and financial abundance, financial support. So that gets to be your decision, my dear, whether you switch jobs or not. Um, but how it comes to me across is that it's just out of alignment. It's just misaligned with you. Okay, that's how I feel it. All right. Okay. So what do I have? About 10, 15 more minutes. Okay. So let's do a couple more. You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear. You too. General, let's see. General. Tegan, what are my next steps in spirituality? Things are ramping up. What do I need to know? All right. Let me know that you're still here. In the meantime, I'm going to connect to your energy. All right, there you are. So let me listen to your highest self for a second. Okay. Okay. All right. There's a couple of things here. So, you're here. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Marty. How are you? um, so what I feel for you, Tegan, coming through is the word that I felt is alignment, which is, it's funny because I'm wearing that word today. It feels like alignment. And if you follow your alignment, it's going to naturally highlight what isn't aligned or what is misaligned, what is out of alignment, what is no longer you. It's going to highlight all of the stuff on all of the levels, right? So mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, that is not aligned for you. So alignment feels like highlighted for me, for you. This must be the theme that we're exploring today is alignment. Alignment. Okay. That was like the other part I didn't say. So alignment, focusing on your alignment is going to highlight what is not in alignment for you, right? And it's also going to naturally invite you into your inner work, your shadow work, and all divesting yourself of any stories, narratives, old wounds, traumas, etc., that are keeping you misaligned. So that's where I feel you, my dear. That's where I feel it. that's kind of like the thing that I feel coming in for you is focus on your alignment. And the more you focus on your alignment, it is going to naturally highlight what is not in alignment for you, which is going to naturally invite you and give you the opportunity to divest yourself of the things, wounds, beliefs, etc., that are not in alignment, or that are keeping you misaligned. Okay, that's what I feel for you, my dear. Alrighty, let's do a couple more here. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tegan. Thank you for being here. Okay. I'm just feeling in, because I feel Okia. I'm being directed towards you, my dear. It's nice to read for you again. Okia says, what specific area should I focus on to get greater spiritual growth? Thanks for letting me know that you're here. Let me tune in and tap in and see. Okay, there you are. Where's your, okay. Let me just listen for a second or a moment. I swear it's a theme today. Okay. I'm feeling kind of the same thing for you, my dear, is alignment. Focusing on your alignment. What I'm feeling to bring in here, though, is sometimes we can be so focused on raising our vibes, raising our vibration, and that's great. It's not to judge that or say that that's wrong or anything like that. There's almost like I don't know if it's a misinterpretation or a disconnection, like a disconnect that happens of like, oh, let's just raise our vibes and be happy all the time. And it's great to be positive and optimistic. At the same time, it's important to, there's also this other thing that comes in around the practicality and practicing that. And sometimes that means doing the deeper inner work, going into our inner worlds, or facing our inner demons, facing our own internal or inner hell, etc., in order to transmute that and alchemize that. So it does feel like alignment, right? The alignment is like the main thing, although it feels like a more practical like application. So really practicing the inner work, the shadow work. That's what I feel for you, is diving deeper into the shadow. If you've already been doing that, it feels like dive deeper into like your underworld, into your shadow, and making friends with that. Because it feels like, for me, the way that I'm receiving it or sensing it, it feels like there would be a benefit. It would be beneficial to practically apply diving into the shadow work more, because that's going to help your alignment. Um, kind of like I've already said in the last reading. But there's something being highlighted here around really practically doing it and not, it's almost like, I don't know that you are bypassing, but it feels like bypassing. I don't know if that's necessarily what you're doing, but it's like when we're just like, oh, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive. And like I said, it's great. But like being positive, there's a such thing as toxic positivity, of always being positive and optimistic without you actually feeling it, or without you actually have cultivating it from within. That's kind of how it comes through. Okay, I hope that lands, or I hope that makes sense for you. But it feels like alignment in the way of really going into the shadow work a bit more, because that's going to help to highlight some what I hear is worthiness issues, around worth, worthiness. That always brings in like unworthiness, feeling unworthy, value, which affects our self-esteem and affects us being able to like really own our power. Okay, so there's quite a bit there to be discovered, but it feels like, it feels like going into that shadow work, really practically getting into that for a while in order to, it doesn't mean get stuck there. It doesn't mean you always have to be there 24/7. It just means going more into that realm in order to transmute and alchemize whatever shadow there is there that's still operating. It feels like, okay, that's what I feel for you, my dear. You say, I hear you. I hear you. So I hope that lands. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. And I think my last one, is it going to be my last one? Yeah, probably. Because I have about maybe 5 more minutes here. Okay. Sandy, Okia says that's very accurate. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm glad that it resonates and it lands for you. So, yeah. Apply whatever it is to your life that that feels good, and then leave the rest. Okay, Sandy. Sandy. Sandy's love. I have been married 27 years. Okay. Let me know that you're still here, Sandy. Will I take a drink? Thank you, Sandy. Queen, real quick, what I hear for you is self-love. Self-love is where it's at. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Sandy, you said love and okay, Sandy, all right, so you said love. I'm gonna connect to you. There you are. All right. I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but yeah, thunder's rolling. And then you said love. What do you, okay, so I'm just gonna, let's see. My cat's scratching at the door. Um, I'm just listening. So when I tune into your field as well as your guides, and kind of listening to what's coming through, what it feels like to me is, let's see, I kind of get the sense that there is, I'm trying to figure out like how to say this. How do I translate this? It almost feels like it's almost like what I was saying before. um, it feels like an opportunity. Now's a great opportunity to begin to like love the self even more. Um, and it feels like coming back to a more empowered state, because it feels like there are, I don't know if it's attachments. Of course, you know, when we're with someone or we're friends with someone, there are certain cords, you know, between us, between, you know, those connections. And sometimes those connections or those cords can be healthy. They can be more, you know, healthily expressed dynamics of relationships, and some of them can be unhealthy. It feels like there are some attachments here to the relationship um, being the point of happiness and sustenance, which that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. I would say it's just sometimes if we're relying on it too much or we're attached to that, that's when we might have some issues. Okay, um, being reliant on someone else or a certain relationship to create happiness, and that's just the way it feels. So however that lands for you. Um, so it feels like it's a time to come back to loving yourself, meeting your own needs, and fulfilling the self first, so that the relationship can actually blossom. Um, so that so that when you show up in the relationship, you are operating, presenting from a full cup. The words are very specific that are coming through. Um, and I don't know if you wanted me to like listen into the connection itself. Um, I don't even feel that coming in. Like I feel it. I feel that it's there. It feels like more I'm being guided to speak on the self-love component, um, and really pouring that love into yourself. That's not to say you can't pour it into your partner as well. It's just saying there's like a highlighting, like an emphasis put on coming back to you and really getting to pour some of that love into yourself, and pour more love into yourself. Um, because I can feel what that would do for you, or how that might benefit you energetically. I just don't really have the words for it. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Um, so I'm trying to find very specific words. So I hope that lands for you wherever it needs to. But it feels like there again, the focus is on self-love, pouring more love into yourself, and becoming less attached or less reliant on needing the relationship to make you happy or to whatever. It's not to say that that relationship can't add to your happiness. Absolutely. It's just when we're reliant on it, it feels like there's issues around relying on it or being overly attached to the relationship itself needing to bring you happiness. And this can be like unconscious, or you might already know this, but it feels like there's a unconscious aspect that's operating in the background, to become aware of around this. Okay, so pouring that love more into yourself, leaving more love for yourself. Again, you get to put that in your relationship and towards your partner, but like, bringing more of that love, emphasizing more of that love for yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense, because that's kind of all I'm getting. I'm not getting like a lot of explanation as to why or how or whatever. It just feels like very simply put, and that's kind of all I get. Sandy says it does resonate. Okay, so as long as it resonates for you, that's all that matters. But so funny. Like I was like, really? That's all? So as long as that resonates for you, my dear. And yeah. So, let me know. It looks like you already did, but if you have anything else to say or share, my dear, yeah, of course. Thank you. You're welcome. So that's going to be it for me today. I will be on tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it, for more free and paid readings. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, then all of my links are in my bio to book on my website. And Sandy says I've been working on myself, so it fits. Yeah, okay. So it's a confirmation for where you are at. So I'm glad that it helps, it resonates. It's a confirmation for you, basically. And so I will be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Love you. Infinite love and blessings.